tourists coming this way at this time. Man, all those situations I use again with the Colin Kaepernick and the Afro. We know the brother said it was a positive time. Donald Sterling and hanging around. See, these men are old enough in the 60s and 70s, old and participated in that language, in that advancement of the culture in which they are using right now today. These are not young people. They cannot say that they know that was going on because they knew their parents participated in it and allowed it to go on based on those dollars. Okay, again, he was raised that way so he can say it, although making money off of many. See, these people don't just meet a few black young men, they meet hundreds of thousands of black young men. So to pick just a few of them and to say he would cross the street doesn't lend credence to the percentage that he meets that are not that way and compared to those who are, you see? And again, they have that in them. All of them that say these negative things don't have no right to say it because the percentage of them that fail based on the percentage that are successful because the league has been successful for so many years as we've shown, you see? So that behavior has a vile target in it that is a grudge that has been held, that they always say never forget, never again, and they bring it on to all other aspects of their lives and things that they are doing in which we are able to see. Yes, there it is. There you have it. That's what we are. So, in that we come up with even more pressurized situations that they are under. You see, we are not the ones that are under the pressure. We are the pressure itself, you see? So that's what we have to do. We have to deal with the pressure and the truth that it gives us. And in that comes the answers. Answer me. Answer me. And there we have it, beautifully given. And in those situations, again, so the structure is there, the precision decision, the communication from one generation to the other is there. So the excuse can no longer be told. It's happened in the culture all too long. With the black women in D.C., you see, they know the strife in the black community because they have to come to so-called poor black community. Even the so-called well-to-do black youth that they use and to manufacture the league, maintain the league. You see, they come with the same information and they have programs that keep them from going that direction. So they know what's going on. That's why they don't want to be there. That's why they don't want to go to Dallas. Because he said that he would cross the street. Donald Sterling said, and he agreed with Donald Sterling. And now he's saying this? Yeah, he tanks games? Wow. Collective bargaining agreement is in there. And it's a very powerful thing, I want to say, based on that. And with them saying all of that, and we know the gambling that goes on in the game, the fixation, I don't know why people are equating LeBron James with Michael Jordan. I'm not sure if he is investing in that. But I know other players, other professional, so-called professional people with money close to that industry invest in the prison industrial complex. In the black community, that's a detrimental thing. So in sports, if you equate Michael Jordan and LeBron James with that, shouldn't be based on that. In the community, that's a known, man, you gotta hold your breath when you say that. A dude investing in prison and you want to call him the greatest. You want to be the big example to your young youth coming up. So the best thing he can do coming from the community is to teach us how to imprison one another? Is that what we want to have for the youth? Have someone say he's a positive person if you play basketball? No, that's not something that we should be using at all. I'm talking about at all. How does he get that? So put Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame after all that stuff they're doing with the Dallas Mavericks and the Tom Brady, this thing coming up now, saying he had some coaches never reporting it. We're talking about attitudes about the sport and what it really means. Is that not the same as Pete Rose? So let's go ahead and give Pete Rose his thing. You know, I would say that because they've been cheating all along, and so now we've reached the pinnacle of that. Pete Rose can go and get in on this what they're doing, tanking games, and they're saying resting players. Now they're trying to make it sound good by saying this and that, and trying to clean it up now. But we see these teams have been doing it illegally behind the scenes in a way that is not constructive to what the fans have paid all their money for. Now they're saying give the fans their fair shake. But all the times the teams were not doing that, as we can see with resting players, these fans are paying their money not getting to see these players. Go ahead and let Pete Rose into the Hall of Fame. It has nothing to do with what's outside on what's going on in here. It's incredible. If you got Michael Jordan in there, I'm going to use Michael Jordan as an example with Pete Rose. Because in the black community, that is just as detrimental to us when we talk about sports in neighborhood and community. And man, we have to see that. I'm not taking anything away from the brother, but we cannot ignore that at the same time. You see, if you can't take away what he did in sports, then we cannot ignore what he's doing after sports, because that is ripping us apart. That prison industrial complex, pre-K to prison. Okay, now, just in that instruction, that's why Strawberry left New York a long time ago anyway, isn't it? Because of that craziness we know now is race. The issue is, and it's the owners, it's not the players, as you can see. We try to make the fights as the ugliest thing is going on, but we know the race issue with the ownership is the worst things that are going on, and we can see it now. Collecting a bargaining agreement with the owners and how they behaved all these years. Okay? All these years, yeah. You're seeing that there's still muscles everywhere I go. Muscle, whatever I do, it's gonna be a muscle. It's just, I can't help it. The brain, same thing. The heart, just pumping muscle all the time. If I'm feeding it the proper nutrients, minerals, it's gonna pump the same. Every time, just as powerful. Not going to stop pumping, not going to stop bringing the answers, not going to stop connecting to the divine, as we all must do at all times. All right, so again, with LeBron James, let's leave that out. I'm not even going to get in, man, it's just way off. I don't know if he invested too, but there are other players that invest in prison. Saying they may not invest in building them, but they invest in the products, toiletries, and all that. Yes, a lot of people do that we don't know about. So, how many coaches did LeBron James have in his career? So, is it 6? How many championships did Michael Jordan have? 6. Same coach, the Zen master, the guy who won championships, playing in New York. Been introduced, like a rich child growing up with a silver spoon in his mouth. Played in New York NBA, the best situations, coached, this and that. You see? So now, LeBron James had who as a coach? You see? Look at the coaches he's had. He actually coached his coaches how to win. Not only that, he went into the league as a top player, changed the whole team's winning percentage as never before. Ever since he was there, they got better every year. Yes, he got better. He sold more tickets than anybody in the league. Jerseys was jumping off the chain. Yes, brought the youthful exuberance to the league. The size, Something we haven't seen before. Yes, about that. All these things. You see, Jordan didn't bring none of that to the league starting out. If there are players who had his size, talents, and athletic ability. Okay? So, he said the team's not going to win, I'm going to go somewhere else. And the owner talked about him, called him all kinds of names. Even the so-called politicians who were so-called sellouts even jumped in and defended the brother. And when I used Jesse Jackson said the same thing. Enjoying and took some players that he recognized, put a team together to Miami, introduced it sensationally, the way most teams try to do, and yet they got upset with him. See, he did what the owners are not doing right now today. What they should be doing right now today. He did that. The owners are not doing that. And people jumped on the bandwagon with the owners saying, "Oh, why you?" Because that's what don't you have an NBA draft show every year for unproven players? Every year, 17, 18-year-olds who ain't done nothing in the league have a big show they come to. And why can't this brother who's been the best player since he's been there introduce it the same way? I loved it. Thank you for doing that, you see? Because he did something that the owners with millions of dollars have been doing it for years with thousands of players, millions of players that have come through the league. I'm sure it's been millions now. That have come through 71 years. All the players they've seen. And this brother came through in his short lifetime to do it better than they did. You see? That's the difference. And each team, after he left, went to a new team. Now, how difficult is it for you to put together a new team and win 2 championships with players already there, who are superstar athletes already there, themselves? Okay? Put together a team, take less money, do all of that. Boom, did that. Right? With a coach, inexperienced coach. Right? Then left there, went back to the team that his home team is, that the owner called him out his name and everything, and to win the championship there with a coach who doesn't have, come on, a couple years coach, and the coach he had before him, come on, wasn't a Zen master coach. So just coming from that perspective gives the brother LeBron James all the information, the knowledge, the coaching that they've been doing, watching films. He did that on the field and coaching, administrative duties, owner, all that. For all the teams that he beat, the super teams that he beat. Started with Steve Kerr, playing against Mark Jackson when he coached the team, playing against all the teams, the super teams, San Antonio Spurs, we can play against them, Popovich, their great coaching staff. So we can see he's done a better job than these guys, because these guys, when they don't have a great team, they can't win. They'd rather sit back and blame the team for what's going on and what's going on right now. All of them coaches are blaming the team instead of taking the blame for themselves, especially Popovich. He stopped coaching once he can't have the best players. LeBron James did something, asked for more, and people say he's crying about saying this and that, but at least he does better than the coach Popovich would. Popovich would sit there and blame the media, his attitude, act like a baby and all of that, if he doesn't have the best team. And all this dude says, if he doesn't have the best team, somebody needs to do something, or I'm going to do something myself. You see? And what happens when he does that? Something better happens every time, does it not?